I almost forgot how to go live because I feel like I've had the best time. I've had the best time going home finally. Like, it's what I've been talking about the whole time. It's just that I wanted to go home. And I went home and I took 4 weeks and it was amazing. Hi, Joe. And it was just amazing. And so I almost forgot how to do a live video. Can you believe that? But anyway, I'm so excited tonight because, ciao Pietro. I'm so excited tonight because since I got back, I've been actually really poorly. So I've been feeling really, really unwell this week, and I've had headaches and it's just not been great. And so I think this was a really, really good time to do a live with Marie. I think she asked to join, so I'm gonna get her in 1 sec, but you know, just to explain a little bit about her, maybe she's a better person to talk about herself, but I've known her for a very long time. I went to see her when I was, well, I'm still a beauty editor, but when I was at a big magazine, I've known her a very long time. She's a very, very special person. Like, she does facials, she does treatments, she does all this kind of stuff. But I feel like it is always a bit deeper. So when we spoke about, when we said what we're going to do, and we're talking about I said, I think I just feel really unsettled, and I wonder if other people feel unsettled as well. It's the end of summer, kind of, vacations are over. We're going to start getting into autumn, and there's always something. For me, that summer autumn thing, even though I love the autumn massively, it's always this thing where I feel a bit unsettled. So we're going to do a skin seasonal reset, but I think we can go deeper than the skin with Marie. So I'm gonna actually get her on because I think she's much better than me. What foundation am I wearing? Do you know what? I tried a new foundation, and it's actually not a foundation. It's called Millennial Skin by Dolce & Gabbana. I'm obsessed. Like, I put it on, I was like, this is amazing. This is my new obsession. This Millennial Skin, it's called tinted. I also have a light on. There she is!
Hello! How are you feeling?
So I explained a little bit, even though I feel like I don't want it to be like me. It's all about me. But like, I just think, I was, and just for anybody to know that I did message Marie earlier, and she did me some, I'm going to say healing, but she sent me
distance
therapy, and I do feel much better. I've just been headachy, nauseous. I don't know. I took another of these PCR tests. I've done a million of them, and it's not COVID, but but I just wondered, like, I kind of introduced you, but I never feel like I do you justice when I introduce you, because you can't be put in a box. You're not that kind of person.
Well, that's the whole mantra, isn't it? I don't want my skincare to be put in a box, or skin types to be put in a box. And it's just, I suppose, what I do is, we all know that I treat the skin from inside out, but it's more than that, with me. And like, when I'm talking about distance therapy, I think people think automatically it's all this woo-woo stuff and hand holding and dancing in the moon, which there's nothing wrong with that. But it's all about energetic signatures. It's all about quantum and things like that, which is a lot for people to get their head around. So it literally is cellular energy, from cellular energy upwards.
And the thing is, it's funny because I was just mentioning that we've known each other a long time. And the thing is, like, I love it when you say, like, people are going to think it's woo-woo. The thing is this, all your career, you've had people say to you, and still now, you have people going, oh, it's woo-woo, it's this, it's that. But the thing is, the results speak for themselves. And, I'm not the only person, who, I think I've believed in you from the beginning, but there are so many people who can really speak to what you've done for them. Everybody always thinks I have perfect skin, which is very nice. Thank you for thinking that. But when I had a crisis, you've seen I had a massive crisis with my, it was red and raw a few years ago. Nothing worked, and I came to you, and, you did make a difference, and it was an inside out approach. And, when people, so this is why I'm thinking the skin reset I want to talk to about, it's sometimes what shows on your skin, not sometimes, most of the time, it's something on the inside.
Well, it's like I always say, I've always said this, the skin is a full stop of what's going on either internally and externally. You know, obviously we know the pollution and electrosmog and all sorts of other things and topical things that you may put on your skin has a contributing factor. But fundamentally, you know, it's everything from how you're thinking, what stress things are occurring, environmental factors. And I mean, especially, you know, with coming out of lockdown, the anxiety and the fear, you know, will reflect in the skin. You can get sort of like hypersensitized skin from like anxiety. You can have a flare up of rosacea from anxiety and stress and hormonal imbalances, lack of vitamin D. You're going to get that lackluster skin. And what have we been doing all in lockdown? A lot of us have been staying indoors in front of the television. So all of these things will have an impact in the skin. And that's why, you know, with the whole MRL range and the concept, and you know that I didn't ever want to get into the skincare side. It was you that actually, you know, really kept on. And it wasn't just sort of like one visit, it was over a course of time. And it was from that traumatic time that you had.
Yeah, but that's because I've got, you know, some of your products there, and I just want to explain, like, I mean, like, it's not like I made Marie do her products. I mean, she had the products. But it takes, you know, you were never someone who wanted to go necessarily that route because you love seeing people, you know, but it's the mask. I'm going to try, oh no, I haven't, actually, I've got all the products here. Basically, when I had my problems, you gave me the first version, there you go. You gave me the first version of Restore.
Yeah.
And that absolutely, like, it was this gunky paste that stunk. And I was like, I'm not putting that on my face. And you're like, yes, you are. And I was like, whatever. That was other things that you did really, really helped. And when that happens, because people talk a lot about miracle ingredients and this ingredient is, today it's this ingredient, tomorrow it's that ingredient, just everybody, that product, don't care. That product saved my skin, 100%. Now, the thing is, like, I mean, you know, you just mentioned rosacea as well and things like, and it's when people say to me like, well, you know, what is it exactly that you use for that problem? I mean, I can speak to what works for me, but how do you manage to, you know, I mean, when you don't see people face to face, like in this way that we're doing today, how can we give people real advice?
So when we're looking at rosacea, obviously for me, there are two factors. With rosacea, it's the stomach and it's the liver. Okay, if we're looking at rosacea through hormonal aspects, so a lot of people perimenopausal or menopausal thinking, oh my God, my skin's flared up. You have to look at other factors. Usually you'll find that perimenopause and menopause, women's weight gain will occur. You'll get this sort of like muffin top. So again, we have to look at insulin resist, and we also have to look at how the hormones metabolize through the liver. That also affects the stomach. So you'll have a rise in hydrochloric acid. So for me, it's looking at what they're eating, when they're eating, how they're eating, and of course, how they poo. It's everything from when they chew to how they poo.
You said the P word and we've only been on for like 8 minutes. I love it.
I said, listen, what do I always say? I want to take the taboo of talking about poo.
I love it. No, I love it because also, you know, that I go to this clinic in Austria, which I always like going there, and it's all about the poo. It is. It's all about it's all about the gut, you know, and it's all about that.
But the thing is, Alex, as well with the gut, you know, when people are talking about the gut and the microbiome, the gut is the first organ that is more or less formed from fascia. It's called the primitive streak, and then from that, all of the other organs. So even because you know that I've got the colonic hydrotherapy here as well. Yeah. So even with the ascending colon, you know, transverse and descending colon, if you've got areas of distension around that colon, that actually reflects in other parts of the body. So for example, let's just say the ascending colon, that actually links in with the sinuses and the problems with mucus and sort of like certain candida things. Yeah. So, you know, we have to look at, you know, working on that ascending colon, it's not just about, you know, obviously the microbiome is really important, but there are other factors, and of course immune factors. We have something called Peyer's patches in our gut, and Peyer's patches have like 80 to 90% of our immunity. You know, that's what creates our immunity. So we've got that. We've also got, you know, serotonin. 80% of our serotonin is in our gut. So we've got the gut-brain axis, you know, with emotions that affect us, goes into the skin, and again goes into the gut, and then again reflects into the skin. So all of these factors. So when people say to me, I've got hormonal breakouts, people tend to think that is along this area. But if you think about where this area is, you have got so many lymph nodes here, and often it's to do with your metabolic waste. It's how the metabolic waste is draining. So, you know, you can implement certain things to help with that. You know, and again, with hormonal acne, you'll often find that it's more here. Women will break out one side when they're ovulating, because here is where the ovaries are linked in sort of like facial reflexology. So if you're ovulating on the left side, you're most obviously going to get sort of like breakouts on the left side when you're ovulating, and vice versa on the right side. They're following.
But it's so interesting that you say that, because you're right. Like, we'll hear things like, well, I've got hormonal acne, this is what you need to do, and things like that. But that's, I think also, to be fair, because it is difficult to give blanket advice in this way. So what are some things then, if we get back to what we were going to talk about, maybe things like change of season? I mean, I feel it strongly. Is that a real thing, or is that just in my head?
Absolutely.
I don't want to be here and I want to be with my mom.
The earth has natural circadian rhythms as well. So depending on, and especially with what's going on, you know, don't forget, I deal a lot with frequencies. Now, the earth's frequency is known as the Schumann resonance, and it's a very real thing. This is what earthing is all about. This is what, you know, it draws from the neutrophils. The neutrophils are increased in our body, but it draws from the negative ions from the ionosphere. Now, obviously, with so much discord going on at the moment in the world, all sorts of things, all of us as human beings, we resonate frequencies. So imagine all of those different frequencies of emotions, negative emotions, fear, anxiety, anger, all of these things that are so prevalent at the moment. It does have an effect on everybody in the world, and it does have an effect on the seasons. It has an effect on the earth's resonance. All of this has an effect on us. So, but, you know, in general speaking, going from, you know, from season to season, if you think what autumn is all about, it's all about, you know, shutting down, going to sleep, you know, shedding off, you know, old ways, getting prepared for, you know, the new season. So, you know, with autumn, we have to sort of like look at, you know, certain things in the skin. We have to, you know, we're going to eat more comfort foods, aren't we? Usually, you know,
I mean, I always eat comfort food. Sadly.
So again, it's like looking at your eating pattern, making sure that you're intracellularly hydrated, because it's not enough to to drink water. You must eat water.
That's what I'm doing. Tell me, which water do you like to eat? What's good? What are good
cucumbers, you know, lettuce, melon, all of those types of things that have got high water content. But you know that I have homeopathic remedies as well that I put in water. So rehydration, and spectrumin, which has got 72 ionic minerals in it. So that helps to intracellularly hydrate, because if our cells are not intracellularly hydrated, they haven't got the ionic capacity to sort of like hold the information that is needed for intracellular communication. So it's really important to have an ionic mineral in with your water. Even if you put a little bit of sea salt, perfect.
Yeah, I tend to do that also because I've got low blood pressure. That's another reason why I've always been told to do that. So maybe that's a good thing anyway. So that's from a food perspective, like, well, I guess hydration perspective, and I think it's a good idea not just drink water as I am now, but like actually eat your water. What are some other things? Like, I love your supplements, so tell me a bit, like, again, I know it's hard because we're speaking generally, but what are like some things? You're talking about vitamin D. Is that something we need to look at now?
Vitamin D is one of the most important vitamins that we have, because it is a steroidal hormone, and it is really, really important, especially with what's going on at the moment. I mean, you know, vitamin C, vitamin D is great. So, I mean, you know, I have two supplements. One is called Defend, and one is Fungi Fusion. So Fungi Fusion is here.
Because I've got a bunch here.
Yeah, so that was for the mixology. So Defend is
Fungi Fusion.
Yeah, got Fungi Fusion here. Fungi Fusion is amazing. The power of mushrooms, I cannot you know, express enough. Fungi Fusion is really rich in vitamin C. It's also got, you know, your ashwagandhas in it. It's got your reishi mushrooms in it. So it's got adaptogens in it that are really good to adapt to what our body needs. It also has like a really lovely immune blend, a lovely collection of herbs. It's got vitamin C in it. It's also got probiotics in it. So remember our immunity in our gut. So it's really good. Everything. Yeah, so I brought out Defend really, you know, at the beginning of lockdown, because it was like a one-stop shop, you know. And I always say that, you know, it says 1 tablet 3 times a day, but if you have COVID, or if you feel that you're sort of like feeling a bit under the weather, take it two tablets 3 times a day, and it will really boost you know, your immune system. But Fungi Fusion is really good for the vitamin D levels as well. It's amazing. It's really good for immunity. It's really good for low mood. Sorry?
One supplement that I love and that I think has done a lot for me is Repair Plus.
Yeah, Repair Plus.
Talk a little bit about, because it's a powder, and I think it can be a bit like for people, like I really, because you put me on that.
Yeah. So Repair Plus is an L-glutamine. So L-glutamine is the most abundant amino acid in the body. So it's really good for all sorts of things, cognitive function, helping the gut wall, so the lumen to seal, which is really important, because if we're stressed and if we've got sort of like poor eating habits, or if we're eating fast, you've got more chance of dysbiosis, which is where you get leaky gut, basically. All right. So it's really good to help with the lumen of the gut wall. Fantastic for fascia. Now, fascia, a lot of people don't understand what fascia is. Fascia, if you can imagine what the orange is like, if you unzip the orange, you've got the pith of the orange that is attached to the fruit, and then you've got the segments, and you've got the little sacs of the fruit. So everything is separate, but it's all contained as one. It's exactly the same as fascia. And fascia has our skeletal system, our muscular system, our circulatory system, our lymphatics, everything combined in it. So when it's dehydrated, and it can be dehydrated through stress, through diet, through lifestyle, through too much exercise, it's a little bit like putting your foot on sand and not taking it off. It won't get hydrated. So, and that can affect us in all sorts of things, our posture, our mood, our lives, everything. So Repair Plus helps with hydration of fascia. It's also fantastic to use topically. So you know,
you like multi-use products. You love that.
Well, I do, because I'm very conscious that I don't want, first of all, loads of people to buy loads and loads of products and say, oh, you know, I need this for this step, this, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, let's just strip it right back. Now, you know that I've been trained in so many modalities in the skin, and then I just thought, with the holistic side, it was, hang on a minute, how are these cells interacting? How are they communicating? Why are we working against the skin? Why are we creating traumas? Why are we forcing the skin to have a mimic wound repair? We need to work with the skin. It's a little bit, I would say it's like having 2 kids. If you was to shout at a kid nose to nose and really shout at it to do something, it will do it out of fear, but you've got more chance of it rebelling later on down the line. Whereas if you coerce and you treat the child with love, they'll still do it, and they'll continue to do it. So I thought, okay, let's just strip it all back. But hang on a minute, we've got these amazing ingredients in the supplements. Why can't we mix and match? So with Repair Plus, you can mix it in with your Goji Mallow cleanse, which we have here.
Which is lovely, which I have too. Someone just asked where you can buy the products. You can buy them on Marie's website.
Yeah, you can buy them online, and you can also, and if you have a look on the website, there are clinics that also sell the products as well. It says store locator, but you can buy them. And I've got a bank holiday sale this weekend. So it starts on Sunday.
I might have to buy some stuff.
Yeah.
What's the sale?
It's 10% off on Sunday and Monday. All MRL products.
Right, I'm going to log on. So the Mallow Cleanse and the Repair Plus.
Yeah, so basically what you can do what I call flash masks. So with the Goji Mallow Cleanse is more like a barrier repair cleanse, okay? So it's really gorgeous. It's got oat silk in it. It's got, you know, it's anti-itch, anti-inflammatory, and it's got coconut oil in it. It's got oat silk. It's got aloe, hyaluronic acid, and obviously Goji Mallow. Goji belly. Right, okay. Goji belly.
It's Friday night. You've been busy.
Yes, I have, honestly, and my brain is frazzled, the amount of distance energy therapies I've done. So you can just add a little teaspoon of Repair Plus, and when you apply it topically, it really does heal the skin. It's fantastic for very inflammatory conditions. So if you do have rosacea, it's amazing for that, okay? And you can just leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes. You can also do a flash mask with turmeric. Now, turmeric is the turmeric, and it also has curcumin in it and black pepper. Now that is really good for rejuvenation, but also pigmentation. So you just add a little quarter capsule, a quarter capsule turmeric, with Goji Mellow Cleanse. Mix it up, and it gives this lovely, vibrant orange appearance. You just leave it on for about 5 to 10 minutes and then just rinse it off. Fantastic. So so there's lots of things that you can mix and match with the products, and even with the supplements. Eve, if you take 1 capsule of Eve and put it in Elixir,
I've even got that.
Yeah, so you've got Elixir. Elixir is a marula oil. It's very rich in vitamin C. It's got the lovely blend, which I know you don't like essential oils, but you like this one.
But I already put Eve in it.
Oh, you've done it? Yeah, because you did it. Yeah, you did it on the mixer.
I did it on the thing. By the way, someone just asked, and I mean, whether your products are tested on animals, and they're not.
No, absolutely not.
Of course they're not. I mean.
No.
Yes, so you said, I don't like essential oils. That is true. But some essential oils, it's always about, for me, it's the quantity and the quality, isn't it?
Exactly. It's like I said to you before, it's like saying you don't like red wine. There are so many different variations of red wine, right? So it's like, like lavender.
It really is Friday night.
But lavender, there are thousands of variations, high altitude and things like that. And it's also the quality, the quantity and the quality. So there's only a small, tiny percentage. But the reason why I chose those is because it has the same frequency as the skin. All right. So they literally tune into the skin. So you've got frankincense, rose and neroli, but it's also based in a marula oil. Now, amazing on its own. However, if you want to up the ante, you can put a whole capsule of Eve in here. And what that does, that has phytoestrogens, so amazing for the skin, rejuvenation, hydrating, really good for transepidermal water loss. But remember, it's not going to dissolve because it's, it's in an oil. It's going to, it will infuse. So you just tip it up and you roll it, because you don't want to shake it. Because when you roll it,
shake it.
No, because when you roll it, it's all about the molecular chemical infusion. Okay, so you just roll it. And then you can put that on. And then you can do another one with face. You can add in fungi fusion, because fungi fusion obviously is not only good for the innate immune system.
I did that too, but that's also there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, just roll it.
I did it all.
Warm it and roll it. So you just add fungi fusion. Now, fungi fusion has got, obviously, it's got lots of different compounds in it, plant extracts in it, but it's also got polysaccharides in it, and polysaccharides are the single sugars that are really important for your amino acids. So, and this as well, a lot of people have asked me about retinols.
I was just going to say to you, explain to us how this is different from a retinol.
All right, so you have different variations of vitamin A. A lot of people get confused with the different variations of vitamin A. It goes all the way down from, Roaccutane, Retin A, all the way down. You've got retinaldehyde, Retinex, which are really good. They are sort of like encapsulated. They're buffered. Then you've got other ones that can be quite toxic and inflammatory to the skin. And as I said, remember that analogy where you're shouting at that kid. You don't want to shout at the kid. So this is a pro-vitamin A. And what that means, it's a precursor. You apply it onto the skin, our skin absorbs it, and there's an enzymatic process that then transfers that, it's a catalyst. So a catalyst is when it changes from one thing into another. So it absorbs the enzymes, change that into our own Retin A from inside out. So you've got no chance of any topical inflammation. It's actually creating that Retin A from inside out. And so it might take longer, but it's a lot kinder to your skin.
But it's gentler.
Results.
So we like it. I just have a good question for you. I'm on medication for osteoporosis. So is there anything not compliant with this medication?
No.
You could take, fine. That's a quick answer. Now, I want to talk about one of my favorite products. And I think this is one that for sure is a good one for the seasonal change. And you know what I'm going to say, it's the skin quencher.
Ah, yes.
I love this product. In my mind, you made this for me after I complained about essential oils, which is of course not true. But
I didn't. Do you know what one I did for you about the essential oils? Butter balm.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love butter balm. Like that's another one, because that is such a multifunctional product as well. Like it's crazy butter balm too. Yeah. I love that. But what I love about skin quencher is that I find butter balm I love because I'm dry. I like something rich. I like a mask. I like a thing. But skin quencher, what's interesting about it is that it's not heavy, but it really delivers.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's a wonderful. I mean, I would even call it more of a hydrator than. It's a booster really, because I haven't got any moisturizers per se. Yeah. My moisturizer is what I call the epidermal blanket, which is the elixir and the resonate together. Okay. Yeah. So then some people were saying, have you got anything richer? So I thought, do you know what, I will bring out skin quencher. So it's got Matrixyl 3000 in it, but it's also got a 16% squalane in it. Now, usually you get only like a 6 to 9%. This is 16%. So that's where you get that real gorgeous dewiness. Okay. And also hyaluronic acid. I did a reel on this actually a couple of days ago, but there's 4 ways that you can use this. So you can use this as a serum underneath, your skin treatment, whatever you want to do. You can actually mix this in with your moisturizer as a booster, or you can mix it in with Resonate. You can use it as an eye cream and a lip cream. And you can also mix this in with your foundation if you want that extra boost of dewiness. So I just think it's a wonderful product. And I think that's definitely one that I think for so many people, it's just a really good thing. Like, because sometimes, I get it. We all have so much stuff. We all have so much skincare. And it's not about, but if you want to add something in that will just boost us as well, for me, as it gets drier and colder, I just think this is great. And
that is perfect for this. Yeah.
And I think no one's going to get irritated with this at all.
No. And also another one that's really good for hydration is, let's have a look. Hydrate Misting Balm.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. That's in my bathroom.
And you can even spritz this over makeup. I mean, I love it when if I'm doing lots of energy therapy and I'm in front of I just think, oh, my skin just feels, because we get lots of moisture that's drawn not only from the computer screens. I mean, I have a special screen cover to stop any electrosmog, but also if you're in buildings that are lots of concrete, what does concrete do? It absorbs moisture. So if you're in an office with lots of things, make sure you get a humidifier on your desk, or spritz for things. That's ideal. And it's just beautiful. And you can also spritz that in your hair if your hair's dry.
Yeah, it's a really, really great product. And then people talk a lot. It's become so popular now, and I think specifically with lockdown, to use tools at home. And I mean, I myself have been, someone who started I've always used them, but I've used so much more. And I think sometimes I'm I'm not sure it's doing me that much good to overdo my skin myself. Now, you don't have a roller or what other people have. You have the copper wand.
I have the copper wand.
And I would like you, if you don't mind, because it's a very specific product. It's not, I think maybe people might just be it's a bit like a Harry Potter magic wand, really.
That's so snake.
But I think a Marie wand, a special wand. But it's a bit like, what I'm trying to say is that, there's a lot of kind of stuff out there that looks easy. This might not look as easy, but there's a real result again to this, because there's a reason for it being copper wand.
There is a reason for it to be copper. It makes me smile, I think, especially since lockdown, because I've always been more, less is more and blah blah blah. Even when sort of things were really deep microneedling and deep this and harsh things, and it's always been. And then since lockdown, the pendulum has swung about treating the lipid barrier, treating this really kindly, and going back. And copper has been infused in so many things, face masks and all sorts of things. You know, I'm going to show you. I've got a copper work surface, right? So I have copper in my clinic. I've even got sort of like verdigris copper in the loo. Everything is copper because. And I've got a huge copper grounding rod outside the clinic that comes in that I attach to the table. So copper has a very high resonance. It's really healing, okay? It also has lots of micronutrients in it. You know that it's anti-inflammatory because a lot of people use copper bracelets for arthritis and things like that. So it's anti-inflammatory, but it's also antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. It's been used in Ayurvedic principles for eons. You know, they drink from copper vessels and they leave it for, you know, a couple of days before they drink from it because it is really anti-inflammatory. So by using the copper wand, it helps. There's this thing called transepidermal micronutrient absorption. Okay, so that's where the micronutrients are being absorbed in. So and it feels cold, no matter how you don't have to put it in the fridge.
It does smell of copper.
Yeah, it's cold all the time. So you literally just you know, swing from the center outwards. But it's also really good under here. Remember what we said about the metabolic weight coming down?
And I've got a lot of that.
Yeah. So, and you can use the whole of the wand, Alex, actually, and like all the way along and sweep down. But make sure you're sweeping down from behind the neck into the clavicle. You can even activate your little lymph nodes here with the clavicle. Let me see if I can show you. Let me turn that down a little bit. There we are. So here, you have lymph nodes here, okay? So you can activate those lymph nodes.
And you use the thick side.
Yeah, just gently. And remember, when we're talking about lymph, you only literally need to use a really slight amount of pressure. So, you know, you just drain underneath the cheekbone, above the cheekbone. You can even use this side and the eyes and come out. So it's a really lovely tool. However, I don't know whether you saw, again, another one that made me smile. I've been using this for years as well, frozen cucumber. There's a frozen cucumber hack at the moment where everyone's going mad about it. But I've been doing it for years. So, now you know cucumber has lots of vitamins, minerals for the skin, all right? So, very rich in silica. So you can freeze half a cucumber and use that as a tool, and it is amazing, all right? So it feels wonderful, and your skin will be really dewy and beautiful, all right? Lots of topical hydration. And they've even got...
And you would just put that on clean skin?
Clean skin. They've got mini cucumbers, so you can do 2 of them.
Oh my God, that is so fun.
Amazing. Gorgeous. So you can do that at night time before you put your butter balm on.
I love it. I love it. How do you keep the copper wand? What do you do? Do you wash it? Do you clean it after?
In warm soapy water. That's all you
And then but you don't have to do anything specific.
No. Just warm soapy water. And as I say, it keeps cold. And it's also really good as well. Like if you've got any lymph, you're poorly. Remember, if you're poorly, your lymph nodes are saying that they are strong. So, you know, I think I did this the last time you came in, didn't I?
Yeah.
You was howling because it was really sensitive.
I think you're being kind by saying I was howling. I think I was wincing. Like it's really painful. Like I was really struggling. I was like, ha. But I do think like it just accumulates in the tissues. I just think it's just really, you know, amazing.
Our toxicity will accumulate in the adipose tissues. But this is really good as well for the boobies. You know, drain over into the armpit.
Oh.
Obviously, you know, if you come out of the bath and...
So I like that. How much is the copper one, we're being asked?
The copper wand is £85, but I will say...
It lasts forever.
It lasts forever, but can I just say as well, with Brexit, COVID, unfortunately, I've had an issue getting the copper, the mining, and everything. So there's only limited stock. So it literally is, once they've gone, they've gone.
So use the discount, this bank holiday. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Because frankly, I mean, I think, you know, I do think they last for a long time, but this is why I was asking, like, how do I clean it? Because I'm not sure.
Invest, like if you've got a migraine, it's lovely to use around the eyes. It's just, you can of course use it as well on the feet, on the base of the feet.
So what's this question? Is there any way to cure hormonal stretch marks? But are stretch marks hormonal?
Well, stretch marks are usually to do with essential fatty acids or lacking fatty acids. So, and don't forget, we're talking about DNA. So you can't cure something like it's like a scar. But what you can do, help the skin to prevent. So Repair Plus definitely is the one for stretch marks. It's safe to use during pregnancy. It's amazing. The amount of mummies that I've had have said, oh my God, I've not had a stretch mark. It's just brilliant. It's also fantastic scars. It has a particular ingredient, coconut oil. Now, coconut oil, it has a natural analgesic effect. It is amazing. And this is almost like the mediator of everything in the range. You know, you can use that butter balm, use that, you mix it with butter balm for a hair mask. You can use it on its own. You can mix it with, sure, to get a probiotic exfoliation, which is beautiful.
I love that one because it's a really nice big, you also made that in a nice big size because people can use it on the body and so on. And someone just said, is it better than bio oil? I don't even think we want to answer that question. Let me answer that question. It has nothing to do with bio oil. So how am I going to put this? Because I liked your analogies. If bio oil is McDonald's, Marie is not McDonald's. There you go.
Yeah. Well, let's just say anoint is about the skin integrity. We'll leave it there.
Yeah. Yeah. Make your, I mean, look, I can say it. It's literally got nothing. I mean, it's just like not even in the same realm of skin health, I suppose. What are the things that you, at the moment, you're getting asked the most? Because I think that's always an indication of what people are needing right now. Maybe even people watching, like, what are you getting a lot?
Are we talking skin-wise?
Anything you can help us with, because like we said, it's all about that reset, but I think it's all linked. So is there anything specific?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously with everything that's going on, it's a lot of anxiety about, you know, what choices they need to make without going into too much detail about things. Choices, anxiety, stress, that obviously comes out in the skin. You know, like lots of stress impacts in the skin.
But that's a tough one though, Marie, because I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you know, it's like, because absolutely, I feel the same. I feel more stressed and maybe more anxious about certain things, but that internal stress, it's like, well, you need to relax. And I'm like,
no, you
that's
can't.
not gonna help me. Like, what can actually help?
I'll tell you what I've had huge inquiries over is hair loss, hair shedding, adrenal fatigue, which has been massive. And of course, you know, adrenal fatigue can come through so many different things, medications, again, stress, lack of sleep, poor diet and lifestyle, hormone changes, all of these things, excessive exercise, going back to work and this like fight or flight type of thing, all of these things impact in the adrenals and then throw up in the hair. So two things that have been absolutely a godsend for me and for many others. Cold Force Reset. Now, Cold Force not only has the marine collagen, has you know, the required amount of collagen it needs, and it also is a 2000 Dalton, so is encapsulated with circulation, so it survives through the stomach, through the process of digestion. That is a supplement. Okay.
So because this is a supplement that's good for skin, hair, and nails, isn't it?
Skin, hair, and nails, and the gut. Because collagen, when you take collagen, it's almost like a decoy for bad bacteria. So it'll go for that rather than create havoc. So it helps again with the lumen. But it also has got biotin in it, silica, selenium, wonderful things. Now, biotin, obviously, we know is really good for the hair. Now, when you pair that up with 3-set, 3-set is an adaptation. So again, it adapts to what the body needs. It will help with adrenal fatigue. It helps to put the coals in the engine of the mitochondria, which is your energy cell engine room. Okay, but it also, again, ashwagandha in it. Now, ashwagandha is a herb that is good for the root things. Honest to God, I mean, like my hair. Like,
did you have some hair shedding?
Yes, I had hair shedding. I had hair shedding, but don't forget, through lockdown, for me as well, it became too overwhelming because what I was doing free consultations every half an hour. Oh. I was in here sometimes, Alex, 6 o'clock in the morning to treat people in Australia until sort of like late at night, and I was doing 7 days a week. And in actual fact, I personally got burnt out, and my husband now, no, enough. Like, I had people calling me all hours of the night. It's just because I love to help. I get very emotionally invested.
This is what you do because for you, you've always been like this. I mean, you just like, and I'm not surprised that in the end, you're the one who literally then, you know.
Yeah, I mean, even
had
recently,
almost a burnout. Yeah.
Yeah, even recently, I thought, right, I need 2 weeks off because I just need to step back for a bit. But I didn't, because the clinic is where I live. So if I have an email, I just think, oh, I'll just pop over and do that. And then it's like a wormhole. I never get out. And so now I've booked for 2 weeks away in a couple of weeks, so just to get out and recharge.
So basically your what it showed then is that you lost hair, you felt.
Yeah.
And so you took Cold Force and 3. What else did you take?
Cold Force and 3-set. So you take 2 Cold Force in the morning, 1 3-set with that, and 2 Cold Force in the evening with 1 3-set, and it's amazing.
And is that all you did, or did you take anything else?
No, I took Focus. I always take Defend. I always take Defend. And Focus as well in the morning. Focus, I couldn't live without that. It's amazing. That's got theanine in it, and it's got all sorts of wonderful ingredients in it. So it keeps you focused and chilled, you know, relaxed but focused and on point. It's fantastic. And I'm bringing out a new supplement.
Tell me, okay, can you have you already, is this a scoop you're giving us?
I'm giving you a scoop, yes.
Go on, tell us.
It's called Zeds, okay, and it is a sleep supplement. So, or a sleep and relaxation supplement. So it's got all things like German chamomile in it, Melissa, valerian root. It's got just L-theanine in it again. So again, it's just really beautiful, nice, relaxing, calming supplement. Not to be taken if anybody's on any antidepressants, you know, and always seek the advice of your doctor, but beautiful supplement, and that'll be coming out shortly. Okay,
so then you've got Focus in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you've got your, what's it called?
Zeds.
Zeds. Michael, but I find that so fascinating to know what you yourself took when you had a bit of a moment of, you know, because I think that's important too. I mean, because who heals you, Marie? Like, can you heal yourself? Like, can you help yourself, or who can do what you do for you?
So this is the thing. Like, I tend to sort of like get so involved with things. There are things that I don't post about. And as I say, I have, and I'm treating some people that are quite, you know, unwell. There are things that I don't post about, and I get so emotionally involved. So like, I'm here early in the morning, but recently, like a warning sign where I've been so overwhelmed myself. So I just thought, right, okay, I need to take a step back and see what I've got. I've also got brachial tendonitis. Okay, so from all of the work that I've been doing, it's an inflammation of my bicep. So the pain. Yeah. But I do myself some distance therapy, and the pain is exacerbated straight away. And then I take inflammatone, or I take Calmeric when I need to. But I only ever take my own stuff. I don't go to the doctors.
Okay, but you're not advising other people.
That's me. That is me.
Yeah, but
I always say, always go to your GP if you're concerned.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. But what are the things that you can't do for yourself?
Well, I suppose, I mean, I can do a facial, but it's always nice to have a massage, isn't it?
So exactly. So who does Marie go to for a facial massage?
Well, I don't. I just I haven't got, I really don't. I suppose, no, I've got a dear friend that I've known for many, many years. If I really needed to, I call on her. Well, I say if I really needed to, I do. But just a case of, I think when you know someone, it's chit chat, chit chat, chit chat, chit chat.
Yeah.
So I would rather just sort of like pay and not say anything, go and done. But yeah, no, I haven't. But it's something I am trying to manage myself a little bit. Now I've sorted out all of the products. I've got another three products in the pipeline that are out, 2 skin and 1 supplement, and then that's it. One of the skin is the minis, which is Goji Mellow Cleanse, the Epidermal Blanket, Hydrate.
Oh, I love that.
Box. So it's either a trial size, a travel size, or a little gift.
And what's the other product? Is it something to do with pigmentation?
I can't say it.
Because that's the one thing people ask about a lot as well, pigmentation. And I know you're going to say that there's already something there that people can use, but you don't have a specific pigment product, do you?
No, because the pigmentation is, again, you have to negotiate. So liver cleanse, okay. You know, the one thing that I talk about are sort of like pathogens. So we've got molds, bacteria and viruses that are in us, and everybody goes, oh my God, a parasite. But they're really important for our own existence. In fact, we're more those cells than we are human cells. You know, we're 90% pathogenic or, you know, different cells than we are human cells. So it's really important for us to evolve and adapt to our environment for them to be there. But they have what's called a symbiotic relationship. So it's almost like saying, listen, I'm a parasite. I'm going to stay in your lungs and I'm going to absorb all the metals if you let me stay here. So you think, okay, that's fine. However, if you are living a lifestyle where you're drinking a lot, smoking, poor eating habits, not sleeping very well, I say it's about a toxic bin. If you're putting all of the things in your toxic bin and it's lifting up, lifting up and lifting up, you then create what's called a toxic environment. So these bacteria, molds and viruses, then you're creating almost like a spa environment. So they become pleomorphic. They change from being working for us to working against us. Now, if they're in a spa-like environment, they're not going to come over to the other side. They're going to stay there. So that's what happens. That's when I talk about your biological terrain. Is it more acidic? Are you causing more inflammation? And inflammation then creates more mucus. More mucus creates a beautiful environment for molds to thrive, all of these things. So when people say, oh, pigmentation, oh, I've got breakouts. Where are the breakouts? Are they here? Sinus and teeth are huge in energy therapy and are huge in skin health. Massive. So how are you brushing your teeth? Are you brushing good 2 minutes? Are you using dentist? Because that is massive. You get sort of like biofilms attached to the teeth that then can create bacteria that then can infect, you know, your lymph nodes, that then can create breakouts. So all of these.
You know what? I'm with the teeth, because this is something people don't talk about enough. How the teeth, the gums and the teeth. Because I have to tell you, I went to my dentist yesterday, and he was just like, not happy with me at all. And I said, but I brush twice a day and I floss. He said, but you don't know how to floss properly. And he was like really, really not happy. And he said, if you can have real issues. And I was thinking about that. And it's true, like even that, how not looking after your gums properly and your teeth can also affect so much in your body, and you can get really sick.
You can get really sick. You've got to think where your teeth are. Teeth are in cavities that have got soft tissue, nerves and lymph that then go to all parts of your body, particularly this part. Okay? So you've got to think of this part. You've got your teeth, your jaw, your mandible, your maxilla, your sinus cavities, your eyes, behind your eyes, the brain, loads of different things. So if you think about brain fog, low mood, all of these things. So if you can just do, you know, use it. I mean, I use sort of like an organic aloe toothbrush. I use sort of like electric toothbrush, but if you can get sort of like a bamboo toothbrush, charcoal, fantastic. But spend a good 2 minutes. But also, where your tongue meets the back of your teeth, that's a lot of biofilms, plaque. So spend time there, and just while you're watching television, just get the dentist sticks and just just, you know, clean them. Fine. I know it's not the most romantic things to do. Just choose your moment.
No, but I mean, the thing is, I hadn't really thought about it, and actually, the link is there, and you know, and like I said, we focused a lot. Well, we, not you, but we focused a lot on this. But you know, I just hadn't. I thought I was doing a really good job.
Yeah.
But clearly, I'm not flossing properly. You know.
But even
Because I mean, just because my teeth look nice doesn't mean, you know.
But the thing is, even sort of like dental x-rays and things like that can cause impactions, or if you've got wisdom teeth that come up, or you know, impacted wisdom teeth, they can create breakouts here. So it's not a case of hormonal breakouts. Hang on a minute, where are they? Have you got impacted wisdom teeth? Have you had a tooth extraction? Have you had a root canal? All of the amalgam fillings, all of these things are, you know, they're just joining up the dots for me. This is why when I ask a consultation, or when I go through, I have a good hour questions, but I also look at other things. I might look at their feet, I might look at their ears and their back, and then I do some energy on them as well. So, and that's all just for the skin.
And you haven't looked at my feet in a long time. I'm just like very upset that like last time I was like, "Do you want to look at my feet?" You're like, "No." I was actually upset that you didn't want to.
Well, next time you come in, I will look at your plates, I promise you.
This is so hilarious. But look, I saw a really good question. This is really good because you're big on this. Hello, I had breast surgery this week. Could you advise a product for healing and for the scar?
Anoint is fantastic. Restore, well, now Restore you can throw in the bath. Restore is amazing. You just put a tablespoon in the bath. It is most as glamorous of things. You said yourself, even before, you said, "Oh, you know, I put it on and it really my things like that." Yeah, it does. Dark flannel, right?
Yeah, but it works. It works. So I don't get. I was just like, "Oh," but actually, it really works. It's amazing.
Yeah. But you know, or if you put it on before you go into the shower, or just throw it in the bath. Now, if you've had surgery, make sure the stitches are out. But the key when you're treating scars is to keep it wet. Don't let it dry. So you must mix it up into sort of like a nice wet paste, apply it to the area, get some wet gauze, and then slap that on, okay? And that will help. And then just and then afterwards, just use Anoint. Or you can mix Repair Plus with Anoint. That's really good because it's anti-inflammatory. So a combination of the three is fantastic. And Repair Plus. And of course, Butter Balm, as it's healing, getting more dry.
Butter Balm is just the best. Another question. Do you have any supplements with magnesium? And the reasoning being, someone who's got pre-diabetes, they think that they need magnesium because they're pre-diabetic.
Right, okay. The other one I will magnesium is Zeds. But yeah. I do another one, because you know I do prescriptive supplements as well, is PhytoCalMag, which is really good because magnesium with calcium it works on the absorption together. So PhytoCalMag is very good.
Can you use Butter Balm if you're acne prone is a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember, with you know, a lot of people shy away from oils. It depends what oils they are, first of all. It depends on the molecular structure. But actually, like again, with Anoint, you can use that as a pre-cleanse. It's a lovely pre-cleanse. You just apply that on. It melts everything away. Remove it with the MRL mitt, and then go in with the cleanser. But Butter Balm is fantastic. It's still good because you can still have dehydrated skin if you've got an oily breakout.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. And then, oh my God, we haven't got much time left. So I want to ask you because I love asking what you do because I think it's really interesting. What are some things that with seasonal changes, how do you adapt your routine, or do you not?
Well, usually I don't with the skincare, but I do add little added bits in. I mean, like, I still love using my natural things. I did the honey lift the other day, on an Instagram, what do you call it, a reel. And honey is amazing. Honey, I tend to use Manuka honey. So you can use sort of like, I tend to use a 250, but that's quite expensive. But you can use any clear honey. So you can use a clear honey. And if you put that on your skin, cleanse your skin, okay? And then you literally just apply it on the skin, right? And you keep lifting, and eventually it gets tackier and tackier, and you actually create, so you're literally out. I've done a reel on it. You're lifting
I love it.
you use the palms of your hand and lift out. So eventually it's into your hand and you're just peeling away. And what that does, it lifts all the tissues of the skin, allows the blood to flow in, allows all the lymph to flow in, and it oxygenates, and your skin feels amazing. And again, just rinse out with warm water, give yourself, you can add in, what I tend to do is add in a capsule of calmeric. And before that, I'll do a probiotic polish. And then I'll finish with the cucumber, then put the epidermal blanket on and finish with my copper wand.
Oh my God, I love it. I think that sounds like such a great routine. I'm definitely have to go and get some cucumbers now, even though, like you said, it's not exactly a new thing, but
it's always been about for ages, but I do love it. Lovely. And it's just something, you know, for some people that can't afford these things, it is the perfect thing to do. You know, there are things, you know, like when you had an issue with your skin and you was abroad, and I said, get some natural yogurt, put some, you know, malt in it, you know, just as a quick fix, it helps until you, and now they do yogurts with kefir. So again, you've got your probiotics. So there are things you can use. And don't be afraid, you know, for people that have got my supplements, don't be afraid. I am at the weekend going to do a healthy beauty bar with cold in it, with cold force in it.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh my God. I love that. I'll have that. Some cheeky person just asked what you thought of my Primark range. And you know, I know they're being cheeky because they would think that you'd say, oh my God, whatever. But Marie actually came to my launch.
I did come to, and I used your products and I thought they were absolutely fantastic. And listen, I'll tell you something. When people come in to see me, the one thing that I cannot stand is when people push products onto them. And I just say, listen, if you're with your products, that is fine. But I'm going to advise you what I think you should use. And it's up to you. It depends on how bad this issue is going down. If their skin is fine and perfect and lovely, they don't need to change their products. But as far as your range, I loved your range. Loved it. Beautiful.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're so kind. I mean, I literally just thought, this cheeky person's probably saying it to feel like that.
No,
because, you know, it's miles away. But, you know, like you were saying, you know, if products are made with honesty and it's not about promising crazy things and it's just being made with honesty, there's people have different budgets. And I think it's good to cater for everybody. I mean, obviously, you know, one of my Primark moisturizers is not something that you could compare to one of Marie's products, but that's not the point. You know, that is.
Oh, listen, as I said, I always say, and remember, my whole ethos, my joy and my love is the work that I do. That is primarily what I am, is a therapist, okay? A wellness therapist and a skin therapist. I am obsessed with my work. The skincare was a happy accident, which you gave me a kick up the backside to do. And it's been a beautiful monster. Let's just put it that way, because it is, you know, so popular, and I'm so blessed, so humbled by people that use wonderful results. But it's not one of the things where, you know, you and I talk, oh my God, no, I don't want to. I would compliment anybody's product that I believe in, truly believe in. And you know, I would say, I don't like that product, I won't use it. But I can honestly say, hand on heart, your products are gorgeous.
Oh, you're very, very kind. But anyway, Alessandra said she actually wanted to know. Okay, thank you. Sorry. But anyway, on that note, I want to say that I literally, oh, Greggy, love you too. I want to say that this has been, it's always so educational talking to you. And I think like I could always talk to you forever. Because you always learn something new. I'm desperate to see you. I'm going to see you hopefully soon. Yeah. I think for everybody who's listened, I'm just going to repeat that what you said, that you have a sale on, which is good. Tell us again.
The sale is from Sunday to Monday, all day Sunday. But what I would say is, if you do want to get in the sale, get in quick, because honestly, the products fly out and then they're out of stock. So it starts Sunday. So yeah, it will start literally at 12:01 a.m. Sunday morning.
So if there's something you wanted to try and you've maybe seen in this live and you want to write it down, like this is your chance to try the product. Not that I think your products are extortionate, to be honest. Like I think they're, you know, they're absolutely well priced.
Well, the thing with the, let's just say the most expensive one, which is Restore, £68, you get 20 actions from that. So work that out. It's about £2.
And yeah, of course, that's the most expensive one because that's my product. I'm joking. Okay. Is the wand on sale too? I believe so, but there aren't many.
RL
right?
products.
Sorry?
Yes. All products, so supplements and skincare.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. And yes, this is being saved now, so please, you can rewatch it. But Marie, I love you. You are just like a sunshine. I'm gonna have a good weekend now, and I hope to see you very, very soon. And I wish you a lovely weekend, and I wish everybody a lovely weekend.
Thank you. God bless. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.